Singapore kids aren't your typical teenagers. While most students in the Lion City are losing sleep over algebra, O-level exams, and which tuition center has the best notes, these young moguls are busy deciding which of their customized supercars to take for a spin around Marina Bay and whether their next weekend getaway should be at their family's Sentosa Cove villa or a private chalet in the Swiss Alps. From rare sneakers that cost more than a university degree to good-class bungalows that look like futuristic fortresses, we're pulling back the velvet curtain to show you what life is really like when your allowance is larger than most people's retirement funds. And if you feel a sudden twinge of jealousy, just remember, at least you don't have to worry about getting high-grade bird's nest soup stuck in your braces. If you've ever scrolled through social media and felt poor, you've probably encountered Kane Lim. He's the unofficial king of Singaporean extravagance, a man who treats the word budget like a contagious disease. Kane wasn't just born into a family with a massive empire spanning oil, shipping, and real estate. He was born into a lifestyle where a $100,000 shopping spree is just a Tuesday. While his fame exploded on Bling Empire, his roots and his bank account are firmly planted in Singapore's elite circles. Imagine a room that looks like a high-end museum. But instead of ancient artifacts, it's filled with over $1 million worth of footwear. We're talking about walls covered in rare Christian Louboutins, many encrusted with Swarovski crystals, and limited edition Nikes that collectors would trade their souls for. He famously showcased a collection of over 300 pairs of red bottoms, with some individual pairs costing upwards of $10,000. But Kane's love for luxury doesn't stop at his feet. His jewelry collection is legendary, often seen sporting Cartier Panthère rings and bracelets dripping in diamonds, with a single piece often valued at over $150,000. When Kane goes shopping, he doesn't just buy an item, he buys the vibe of the entire store. But if you think Kane's shoe closet is a flex, wait until you see the woman who redefines the term influencer heiress. Kim Lim is the daughter of Peter Lim, a self-made billionaire and the owner of the Spanish football club Valencia CF. If you think your birthday parties were cool because you had a cake, Kim Lim's life will make you want to go back in time and delete your childhood memories. Kim's lifestyle is the definition of jet set. When she gave birth to her son, the celebration wasn't a family dinner. It was a spectacle at the Ritz-Carlton that looked like a Hollywood movie premiere, featuring thousands of flowers, elaborate carousels, and a guest list of Asia's most powerful people. A single afternoon like this in Singapore can easily burn through $200,000. Her walk-in closet is less of a wardrobe and more of a high-security vault housing an incredible collection of Hermès Birkin and Kelly bags. These aren't just bags, they are the ultimate status symbols, ranging from $12,000 to over $300,000 for rare Himalayan crocodile versions. Kim is often seen traveling via private jet to attend fashion weeks in Paris and Milan, sitting front row next to icons like David Beckham. When you're the daughter of a man worth over $2 billion, standard doesn't exist. This level of spending isn't just about fame, it's a family tradition. Take Calista Quokka, the daughter of the Queen of Instagram, Jamie Chua. Calista grew up in what is arguably the most famous house in Singapore, a mansion featuring a 700-square-foot walk-in closet protected by a fingerprint scanner. She didn't play with common dolls. She was surrounded by one of the largest collections of Hermès bags in the world. Today, Calista is a fashion icon in her own right, rocking the latest Dior or Louis Vuitton collaborations before they even hit the shelves. Her life is a rotating door of five-star hotels in Tokyo and private yachts in the Mediterranean. In a city where the cost of owning a car is astronomical due to the certificate of entitlement, which can cost over $100,000 just for the permit, Calista's family maintains a fleet of high-performance vehicles as if they were bicycles. But for every flashy heir on Instagram, there is a whole other group in Singapore that practices stealth wealth. These are the children of the families who own the banks, the plantations, and the massive tech conglomerates. They might not have millions of followers, but their impact on the economy is massive. For these kids, home is a good-class bungalow. In Singapore, there are only about 2,800 of these homes, and they are the ultimate status symbol, costing anywhere from $30 million to over $100 million. Life for these kids involves elite private schooling, where tuition fees can top $50,000 a year, but the real expense is the extracurriculars. We're talking about private equestrian lessons, fencing coaches flown in from Europe, and SAT tutors who charge $500 an hour to ensure these heirs get into the Ivy League. Their allowance isn't a few dollars for the school canteen, it's a managed investment portfolio. By the time these kids turn 21, many of them already own multi-million-dollar condos in the city's most expensive districts as starter homes. On the streets of Singapore, the morning school run for the ultra-wealthy involves more horsepower than a Formula One race. You know you're in a different league when the carpool is a convoy of Lamborghini Urusas and Rolls-Royce Cullinans. The toughest part of their day is deciding which supercar matches their mood. Because of Singapore's massive taxes, a Ferrari that costs $250,000 in the US can cost over $1 million here. When you see a 20-year-old driving a gold-wrapped Lamborghini in Orchard Road, you aren't just looking at a car, you're looking at a $1.5 million statement of intent. These kids often hang out at exclusive members-only clubs where the initiation fees alone cost more than a mid-sized sedan. Here they network and sip on $50 cocktails while planning their next big takeover. Travel for this group isn't about looking for flight deals. It's about the residences in the sky. Imagine a private cabin on a plane with a full-sized bed, a leather armchair, and a private shower. A round-trip ticket in these suites can cost $20,000, which to these kids is just the standard way to cross the ocean. But they aren't just spending, they are being groomed. While their lifestyles are filled with $500,000 watches and $2,000 a night hotel stays, many are also being trained to take over massive corporate empires. They represent a blend of traditional family values and ultra-modern global influences. They might spend $50,000 on a birthday dinner, but they're also being taught how to manage hedge funds before they even graduate college. The life of a Singaporean rich kid is a movie-like existence of opulence and high-stakes education. It's a world where the sky isn't the limit. It's just the view from the penthouse. Now I have to ask you, if you had a Singaporean billionaire's bank account, what is the first thing you would buy? A vertical palace or your own private fleet of supercars? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see another world of extreme wealth that makes this look like pocket change, the algorithm has picked the perfect video for you on screen right now. Click it and I'll see you there.